Is she in water?
I don't know.
Is she in the woods?
I don't know.
Is she underground?
Nichole Cable was a vibrant 15-year-old girl from Glenburn, Maine. She was known for her infectious laugh, her love for her family, and her bright personality. Nichole had dreams of one day pursuing a career that would allow her to help others. She was a typical teenager, navigating high school life, friendships, and the excitement of growing up. But in May 2013, her life was tragically cut short in a way that sent shockwaves through her community and the entire nation. Like many teenagers, Nichole was active on social media, particularly Facebook. She used it to connect with friends, share photos, and express herself. But what Nichole didn't know was that this very platform would become the avenue for a plot against her. A stranger using the fake identity of Brian Butterfield reached out to Nichole. The person behind the account was Kyle Dube, a 20-year-old local man who had crafted a chilling plan. Using this fabricated persona, Dube initiated a conversation with Nichole, gaining her trust over time. On the evening of May 12, 2013, Nichole told her mother she was going to meet a friend. It seemed like an ordinary night, but when she didn't return home, her family's concern quickly turned to panic. The community rallied to search for Nichole. Hundreds of volunteers, law enforcement, and even search dogs combed through dense woods, fields, and back roads. Flyers with Nichole's face were plastered across town, and her story began to gain media attention. As the investigation unfolded, authorities discovered disturbing clues. It led them to Kyle Dube, who had a criminal history and a troubling reputation. What they uncovered was a story that shocked even the most seasoned investigators. Kyle Dube's plan was as twisted as it was tragic. Posing as Brian Butterfield, he arranged to meet Nichole under false pretenses. His intent? To kidnap her, stage a heroic rescue, and win her affection. But the plan went horribly wrong. Kyle abducted Nichole and took her to a remote location. What was meant to be a staged act of heroism turned into a horrifying crime. Nichole fought for her life, but Kyle overpowered her. Tragically, she died of asphyxiation during the ordeal. 8 days after her disappearance, Nichole's body was discovered in a wooded area in Old Town, Maine. The autopsy confirmed the worst. She had been murdered. The community, which had held on to hope for her safe return, was devastated.
This is my daughter. You're scared because you ran away. You're not in trouble. Just come home. It'll be okay. And if somebody has her, I don't care. Just take her to a gas station, a park, anywhere. Whatever's going on. I don't know what to say. We're waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to call me.
He, like many others in the local area, was interviewed by police. As his girlfriend, Sarah, spoke to officers, she got the impression that they thought Kyle was somehow involved. Confronting Kyle, she asked him what he'd done. "He told me that he had killed Nichole," Sarah said. His planned abduction had gone wrong. Sarah did not immediately go to police, and on May 20th, 8 days after Nichole's disappearance, her naked body was found buried under leaves and sticks in woodland about 30 kilometers from her home. Kyle's DNA was found under Nichole's fingernails, and Kyle also had scratches on his face. And when the real Brian Butterfield heard about the fake Facebook profile, he alerted investigators to it. He told them that he suspected Kyle had created it and that he knew he wanted to have sex with Nichole, but that she had refused his advances. The evidence was mounting, and the final nail in the coffin was when Sarah came forward with the confession Kyle had made to her. Later, Kyle's brother Dustin also came forward, telling police the full story. Kyle had arranged for Nichole to meet him down the road from her house. Then he'd waited in the woods, wearing a ski mask and equipped with duct tape to wrap her up. On seeing her, he jumped out of the bushes and took Nichole, duct taped her, and put her in his father's truck. When he removed Nichole from the truck, he found she was dead. He said the duct tape, which was covering her mouth, had stopped her breathing. Kyle quickly dumped Nichole's body in the woods, removed her clothes, and threw them out of the vehicle's window on his way home. Kyle was arrested and charged in connection with Nichole's death. In court, Kyle Dube, 21, pleaded not guilty, and his trial began in February 2015. The prosecution didn't believe that Nichole's death was an accident and discarded the kidnapping gone wrong theory. Instead, they argued that Dube had tried to have sex with Nichole, and when she resisted, he strangled her. It took the jury just 45 minutes to find him guilty of murder and kidnap. Kyle Dube took someone wonderful and threw her away, and that's not okay, Nichole's mother, Christine, later told media. He should feel bad about it. It appears that he did not, however, and when he was given the opportunity to confess and apologize at the sentencing hearing, he refused. Superior Court Justice Anne Murray ordered Dube, then 22, to serve 60 years in prison for murder and 30 years for kidnapping, to run concurrently. This was an unprovoked, senseless killing, she said. Nichole Cable was a teenager. She was full of love, full of life, full of fun, and she had her whole life ahead of her. And while the punishment means Kyle will be in jail for life, Christine still has many questions unanswered. I need him to tell me and own up to what he did, she said outside court. Stop putting the blame on someone else. Take the responsibility, man up. I need to know what her last words were. Was she screaming for me? Was she screaming for her dad? Kyle Dube was arrested and charged with murder and kidnapping. During the trial, the prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, including testimony from Kyle's own brother, who revealed that Kyle had confessed to the crime. The jury deliberated for less than an hour before finding him guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Nichole's story is a tragic reminder of the hidden dangers in the digital age. Her family's loss is immeasurable, but they've channeled their grief into advocacy. They now work tirelessly to raise awareness about internet safety, speaking at schools and community events to educate others. Today, Nichole's family hopes her story serves as a warning and a source of inspiration to protect others. They want her memory to be a beacon of hope and change. Nichole's life was tragically cut short, but her legacy lives on. Let her story remind us all to cherish our loved ones, protect our children, and stay vigilant in an increasingly connected world.